Hi guys, Drew here from Redbeard's Workshop, and welcome back to another video, the first video of 2023. I hope you guys all had a great holiday season, spent time with friends, family, or on your own, and maybe, who knows, maybe even got into some cool artwork, which would be really awesome. Pretty much anytime I have time off or any holidays, I try to sneak in a little bit of artwork where I can. Something I really want to do more of in 2023 on the channel is get into some woodworking projects. When I lived in other apartments, I had hardwood floors, so it was much easier to clean up my mess because woodworking does cause a lot of mess, especially if I'm using a Dremel tool for carving. Right now, I live in carpeted apartment, and I have a cat, which you guys may have seen pop into certain videos, and I really don't want little Freya chewing on a bunch of wood pieces and swallowing those. So I got to find a more clever setup to get it done, but I definitely want to put more videos out in the future. Today, however, what we're doing is a leatherworking video. All right, so today what I'm going to be doing is making two different kinds of bookmarks, leather bookmarks. The reason I'm doing this, I never would have thought of this on my own, but a good friend of mine named Dan runs his own YouTube channel, which you guys can definitely check out. I'm going to put a link here so you guys can click on it and take a look. His channel is called Treebeard Reviews, and he reviews fantasy books. I met Dan in my first year of university, and we immediately became best friends, and we have been ever since. Which is a good thing, right? We're both very nerdy people. So he started his own channel, and it's done incredibly well. He has a massive community, and I'm really proud of what he did, and he's given me a lot of tips and kind of helping me getting my channel started. And so a while ago, he asked me if I would be willing to do a bookmark for him with his kind of a YouTube channel logo on it. And I really wanted to, and I said, yeah, I mean, your logo is pretty detailed. And the problem with leather carving is it's very difficult to make those tiny little details unless you have kind of homemade tools or you have embossing. Especially for this type of leather you'd be using for bookmarks, you're probably going to be using 2 to 3 ounces because you don't want anything incredibly thick as a bookmark. And for the leather of that small of an ounce, it's not very thick, so it's much more difficult to carve without kind of flattening and smushing a lot of the leather. So he just said, okay, we'll get, anything close as you can to it. Now, he asked me to do that months ago, like early to mid 2022. And I said I would. And then life gets in the way, other projects get in the way, and I'll be completely honest with you guys, I forgot about it. So he probably thinks I forgot, and he probably thinks this is not happening, and he's never getting that bookmark. So we're going to surprise him as an early 2023 gift for his channel. I'm going to make this, show you guys how I make it, and then we'll pop over and film a little surprise gift giving for him. And maybe he'll show them off on his channel, who knows. But definitely give him a like and subscribe. And if you're a fan of fantasy novels, watch his channel. He does a great job, and I'm a big fan of it. I'm not a big reader. I'm more of an audiobook person, so that I can listen to an audiobook while I do my artwork. So I can kind of kill two birds with one stone. Hi. Speak of the devil. Hey, little girl. Hi. Want to say hi to people? Say hi. Hi. Right. Okay. So there's two kinds of bookmarks that we're going to be making in this video. One is going to be your stereotypical kind of long strip that we're going to attempt as best as we can to put his channel's logo onto. At the very least, we're also going to get kind of the initials of his channel and get those on there. The second two that I'm going to be making, I'm going to include the symbols from two of his favorite series of novels. One is going to be for the Wheel of Time, and the other symbol is going to be for Harry Potter. He was constantly listening to the Harry Potter audiobooks when we were in university, so I know how much he loves those. And if you've watched any of his channel, you know that he is obsessed with Wheel of Time as well. So I think he's really going to love those. And the style we're going to do for those two, I'm going to try to post right here in the video so you guys can take a look. I had never seen this style before, and when looking for kind of fun ideas for things on Etsy, I actually saw that a lot of people have been doing this both with leather working and with fabric materials, denim. Some people knit them. And I thought it was a really neat design and a cool idea. And not only that, but it allows you this large open space for putting a symbol on there. Now, it does look like for the most part, again, because we're using thin leather here, most people are using embossing tools. I do not have embossing tools, so I'm going to be carving everything by hand to make it look as best as possible. Now, the real trick here is to make sure that if we are going to be dyeing any of our pieces, that we let it sit for a while. So I have a problem with sometimes being impatient. I will dye my leather, antique it, finish it, all kind of in the same day. Because I really want to make sure that the dye is dried properly and that our conditioners are dried properly and all of our finishing agents, I'm going to be doing those portions on different days. So the filming of this is probably going to be a few days long just so I can make sure that I get everything done properly, because the last thing I want is for him to close his books and then have leather dye spreading out onto his pages and ruining his books. So what I'm going to be doing is using this incredible book here by Nick Offerman, where the deer and the antelope play. He, in some ways, I always feel like he's kind of my spirit animal because he likes whiskey and woodworking. And I have a grumpy side, and you know, his character in Parks and Rec definitely fills that. So what I'm going to be doing is taking some scrap pieces of leather that I have. I've told you guys in other videos, always save your scrap leather if it's big enough, because you never know when you're going to be able to use it. For something small like bookmarks, I'm so happy that I don't have to go get any more leather. I've got tons, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to use this to kind of sit in the pages here, you know, kind of give a little bit of extra space for where I'm going to stitch two pieces together. Kind of leave an outline so I can cut a more basic shape out, get both sides, and then we can sort of cut out our design from there. But I'm going to use this kind of as my template. And once we have our template made up, we'll cut all the pieces we need for both of those, and then we'll cut our strip for our single bookmark. All right, I think that's enough talking, enough explanation, enough intro. Let's get into some leather working. Alright guys, so quick little update here on where we're sitting. For this, I'm not sure if I'm just going to put the circular logo in, or if I want to turn this into like a treetop or something. I might even just make this straight. I'm not 100% sure yet. We're going to work on that afterwards. I do want to right now make sure I carve in both the Harry Potter stuff and the Wheel of Time stuff on these corner bookmarks. And unfortunately, I went to my craft store to get some tracing paper, and they didn't have any in the leather crafting section, which is really frustrating. So instead, I'm going to do something I never do. I'm just going to freehand the art onto the leather and then try to carve it. The problem is if I use pencil and then I use the sponge to get the leather wet for the carving, it's probably going to wipe away a good portion of it. So I either have to use pencil and do it hard enough that it leaves some kind of indentation, or use pencil, then go over it with a fine pen or something, and then carve it, or carve it dry, which is going to be tough. So without the tracing paper, that does make this a little bit more difficult, but you know, we're going to overcome these challenges together. So right now what I'm doing for these is I'm going to look for the side that has the cleanest carving surface, and that's going to be the front. So because we do have a bend in this piece, that's going to be my back piece for this one. So I'm going to be carving on the front here. And for these, because there's a bit of a bend in this one, I'm going to use this as my carve piece. I wish I could have lowered that a little bit, but I've already made some marks in it. I think it'll be okay where it is. Would have been nice to have it a little more centered, but again, that's the risk you run with freehanding and not having a stencil you can move around and then trace down. So still looks okay. I'm pretty happy with it, so we're going to continue on here. Sorry about that, guys. My storage space ran out and the video just stopped on me. But this is what we got so far. I'm pretty happy where everything is right now. So what we're going to do is give this ample time for the dyes to settle, for the antiquing to settle, and for the leather paint to settle as well, the pieces that we leather painted. Reason being is we're going to be applying our finishes, and we're also going to be using our edge finishing gum. We're going to put that on the sides, but I'm also going to put it on the back. You've seen me use this technique before on the leather dice trays. If you put enough of it on the back and really smooth it over, it makes the backs of these smooth. Now, because these are going to be bookmarks, we want paper sliding in and out, and we don't want the edges of the corners of the paper getting caught on the rough leather and then bending or kind of tearing. So we're going to make sure that all the backs of these pieces are completely smooth. We're going to do this on the one here. Oh, look at that. I forgot to dye the back, or we didn't dye this. We antiqued it, but I should probably antique or dye the back of this so this looks neat. So I'm going to do that off camera. This one here is actually for Dan's wife. She is a huge fan of owls. So I'm making this one for her because I know they both do a fair bit of reading. I put these holes in here because I'm going to tie some kind of some leather cord through the top of it to some knots. But anyway, I'm really excited about the way everything came out. I like the little tree texture I have on Treebeard's bookmark there. We're going to do the same thing where we smooth out the back of his as well. So once I get everything smoothed out and I get everything finished as well, we're going to go over to his place this weekend and gift them to him. So stay tuned to see the reveal. All right, guys, I am very happy that these are all finished up. I think they look really great. I'm really excited. I'm glad that these things fit really well onto the books because I wasn't 100% sure because I eyeballed the entire thing without having any kind of stencil to use. I decided not to glue the edges here because I didn't want the glue to spread too much and then make it too thick. I wanted there to be enough give that it could easily fit onto the pages. Off screen, I also put Pro Resist on the inside on this rough bits of the leather and on the backs of these. That way, you know, if they happen to get a little bit wet, hopefully that means that the dye will not bleed onto the pages. So everything is all sealed up, finished, and ready to go. I'm excited to deliver these to Treebeard Dan tomorrow, and hopefully I can film that and show you guys. So stay tuned for the ending of the video. Alright guys, so we are here with Dan from Treebeard's Book Reviews. We have our fun little kitten food box that I have the items in for him. So we're gonna give him to him now, and hopefully he likes it. And if not, I'm sure he'll pretend to be nice about it. So
yeah. Well, first of all, I have no idea what it is. So Drew's just kind of surprised you with this now. So yeah, let's see it. Let's have a look.
So you had asked me back in August to make you a leather wallet, and I forgot about that, so I didn't. But I made you something else. So.
Whoa. Okay. Let's have a look. Oh man.
So these are bookmarks, leather bookmarks I've made for you.
That's sick.
So the one here,
let's see. This
kind of a more basic one.
That's cute. Treebeard. That's sick. I'll have to put these on my channel for sure.
And then that's for Carrie. Yeah,
it's always
she
owls.
loves owls.
It's always owls.
And then these ones is a new style that I found where you kind of slip them over the corner, which is really neat. So I know your two favorite book series are Harry Potter and Wheel of Time. So well,
it's actually Wheel of Time and Discworld now.
Now Discworld's definitely taken over. When we first met each other, Harry Potter was obviously your...
How long have we known each other now? Like
10, 11 years.
Yeah, 10, 11 years. So, wow, these are awesome, Drew. Thank you so much. This is fantastic.
Yeah, so they kind of just slip in the corner. Like,
well, let's grab a book. Here, grab me a book, anyone.
Well, I guess we can grab.
Oh, I didn't see that opens.
And so it hugs over the pages like that.
Dude, that's so cool.
And then there you go. So you can see that's where the book is.
That's so sick.
Yeah, it was a really neat style of bookmark that I'd never seen before. And I thought, that's going to be like cool. I'm going to try that. So I made a couple.
I'm rereading The Wheel of Time right now on my channel.
Perfect.
So like I'm going to be totally using that bookmark. Sweet, man. These are thank you so much. This is amazing. Yeah,
absolutely.
I really love it.
Glad you like it.
This is some hard work you put into here. And well, you know what's funny is like my wife Carrie. She's like, I can't find any of my bookmarks. I've lost all my bookmarks. I'm like, yeah, well, that's
good.
like
there
typical.
And the little tassels will make it easier.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Like, I love it. Books are my thing. And obviously, leatherworking is yours. And thanks again, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the entirety of the video. And remember to check out Dan's channel. Is there anything you wanted to plug for this year for your channel?
Well, I guess, for my channel, Treebeard Book Reviews, I review fantasy and sci-fi novels. So obviously, I have a lot of fantasy and sci-fi. And I know if you're watching Drew's channel, you probably like D&D and all that type of stuff. So I'm a big fan of D&D, and I obviously like fantasy. So if you're into fantasy or reading fantasy, please check out my channel. This year, I want to do a few more things. I want to do some more reaction videos to other bigger reviewers out there, and then just I'm continuing a reread of The Wheel of Time. So I'm super excited for that. So thanks, Drew, for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome, guys. Thank you very much for joining, and we'll see you next time on Redbeard's Workshop.
Cheers. Thank you.